welcome to this lecture on affiliate marketing. Some key takeaways that you should get out of this chapter. So these are the things that you should be looking for is that you have a really good understanding of what affiliate marketing is, why cookies are important to affiliate marketing, understand why things may go wrong when you're doing affiliate marketing, know what happens when these things go wrong and how to address them, if you would. Uh, Learn how the affiliates promote merchants. So if you are actually setting up your own business and doing online advertising and you wanted to affiliate with an affiliate, these are the things they may do for you. You'll also be made aware of what tools are important to affiliate marketing, how to set up a affiliate marketing campaign. Again, that goes back to that very first question of what you're going to do with a campaign. That's your strategy, what it is that you're going to define as being successful, those key performance indicators. And then understand the pros and cons of doing affiliate marketing. So basically how affiliate marketing works is that you have two different sites, and one site agrees to do an ad or host content for another site, and then that will hopefully drive those visitors to another site or get them to do something. So based on what the visitors do, then the person who did the marketing for the other site will receive some kind of reward. Now that might be sales, it might be having them host their marketing on the other person's website or so on. But it's basically, if I'm the affiliate, I'm going to do some marketing for you, and then if I can drive customers to your site to actually buy something, then I might receive a percentage of those sales. And so graphically it would look like the following. So a visitor comes into a site, clicks on an ad, and then he purchases at the merchant site. Now, the affiliate network is monitoring all this as the visitors interacting with the site. So they're tracking, okay, they've come into my site, where did they come from, what time was it, what pages did they look at, what pages did they land on, and so on. And so with all this information, then the affiliate then can be assured that they're going to get reimbursed for whatever the arrangement was. And that arrangement can be any of the following. Maybe there was a commission for a particular action, so that's a cost per action. Maybe it just generated the user to fill out a form, so it's a lead, so there's a cost per lead. Maybe there's revenue sharing, where there's a percentage of the purchase amount, so they have to track and make sure the user went through and purchased everything. And I'll just say, something here is that, yeah, you can go ahead and make purchases, but then how are you going to track, and this is more difficult to do, if the visitor returns an item, then you've got to be able to track that and deduct money from your affiliate. And the last one here, which we've talked about before, maybe it's a cost per click. You get a amount for each click-through to going to the website or wherever you decide that it needs to go to. So as you can see, the key thing here is being able to track everything that's going on. And so you would track this through the links that they have on the page and their URLs. And that's the website addresses. And so everything gets tracked. In order to track the actual purchase, then there is a cookie that gets placed on the customer's computer, and that would allow them to know that a sale had actually been made, and then they would then give them whatever they agreed upon. And so another way to think of a cookie is a small piece of text that gets placed on the client's computer. And every time you go to a certain website, that website is allowed to look on that computer for that particular cookie that belongs to them. If it finds it, then they can read it. And then if you've made a purchase, then that information will be inside of that cookie. So some things that are being tracked, and we mentioned these in the other chapters, are the impressions, which is the number of times an ad shows up on the screen. The clicks, how many times a visitor actually clicked on the ad, and then how many conversions. And then depending on what you've set up as a conversion, it doesn't always have to be a sale. But if it is a sale, then we want to track how many sales were generated by that ad. If it's some other kind of conversion, maybe we want to generate a lead, then we want to track how many times that occurred as well. Also note this second bulleted item here is that this tracking software also collects information even if nothing is completed, and so that's also information. So maybe a user came to a site, didn't click on anything and left the site or went to another page. All that information needs to be conveyed back to the marketing people that are running this campaign so they can determine should they continue on with this ad, or did they need to change it up, or they need to do different time management. That is, when is it being displayed during the day? Maybe that has something to do with how people are interacting with it. So some of you may be wondering, how long does this cookie last and who gets credit for a sale if there are multiple affiliates out there running that same ad? And so one thing is that there needs to be an agreed upon time of how long the cookie will last. Sometimes cookies could last 6 months or longer, and then they're wiped from your computer. A problem, and we'll mention this later on, what happens if the user deletes all their cookies before they go back to the website that's trying to sell something or trying to do some kind of conversion, and it doesn't get recorded? So you get lost information then. So another thing is there's this concept of affiliate lock-in. That is okay, if there are multiple companies trying to sell my product, then if a certain customer is coming from those other companies, who gets credit for making the sale? And so this affiliate lock-in is the first affiliate that gets a customer to buy something or at least do the conversion, then gets locked in for the lifetime of the customer. So every time that customer comes back and makes another sale, then that affiliate gets that percentage of the sale. So it may not seem fair, but that's currently how it's done sometimes. So what can go wrong using affiliate marketing? And so there are some questions such as, if a customer visits a website through the links of different affiliates, which is what I was just talking about, before making a final purchase, who should receive a commission? Usually then it's going to be that most recent referral, the one that makes it. And then, should compensation be offered to the other affiliates that were involved? They were at another site looking, and then they went to another site and decided they'd go ahead and make the purchase. And an example might be, let's say you were looking to buy a kayak. And so you went to some websites, did some researching on kayak, saw this one particular kayak. Then you went to Amazon, you did more review on this kayak, and then you went to another site, and it's the same kayak from the same main website, but then you finally make the purchase. Now, each of those other affiliate websites had some kind of influence on you making that purchase. But again, the issue then becomes who gets compensated for that, and so on. We talked about what happens if the user deletes a cookie off their computer. So then now no affiliate gets credit for that. Point is that if you're running a business like that, you need to not create, but include that in your return on investment. So you know how many people might not actually buy something or it gets deleted, and then you try and build that into what your asking price is from the other affiliate. Some other things that could go wrong with affiliate marketing is what happens if the affiliate makes some technical changes to their website and now the graphic doesn't get displayed correctly or displayed at all anymore. Um, what happens if the customer doesn't buy online? They've done all this research online and then they decide to go to the store to make the purchase. So then again, the affiliate doesn't receive any kind of commission. And those are the sort of things that they need to build into their price of what they're selling that merchant to have their ad on their website. So some things to keep in mind on how affiliates actually promote a merchant's product or service. They can use personal websites. They can use niche sites that may not be well known, but they're out there. People, when they do a Google search or a search engine search, they find them based on certain keywords and stuff, and maybe the product or service falls into that area. They can also use email lists. They can look at loyalty sites where people might get some kind of cash back, charitable donations, or coupons, those sort of things. This last one, this search affiliates, might be when people are looking for different prices. And so an example might be the Kelly Blue Book site when you're looking for cars, or Auto Trader, those sort of things. Affiliates can also use these sort of things to promote their merchants or advertising. So any toolbars or browser extensions that you add into your browser to do certain things. So an advertisement might come up there. They might also use social network applications. We see a lot of that with Facebook and Twitter and so on. So the next thing to talk about is what exactly do affiliate networks provide? Well, they provide those tracking solutions. So I've mentioned those before. If you look at Google Analytics, that's what they're doing. They may be using Google Analytics to provide that. And Google is its own, affiliate network. You also have Amazon also provides these services. The affiliate would also provide commission payments, and it supports both the affiliates and merchants, so it brings them together. So here we have some example of affiliate networks, and they're listed below. You can try going there and seeing exactly what they do. They make their money not by charging the affiliates, but by charging the merchant, some kind of fee to come in and sign up, and then that's how they make the network makes its money. So graphically, it would look like this. A merchant comes in to an affiliate network, and they, based on how you sign up and the money you pay, they find affiliates that will post your ads for you. So some things that you'll need if you were a customer and you needed to provide information to these different affiliates, you might provide that information in an XML type of language, which stands for Extensible Markup Language, or a comma separated values file. And what you're going to do is provide a product feed. That product feed contains the name of your product, the URL, that is the web address, a picture and the price of that. So that's exactly, they're going to grab that information, and that's what gets fed onto their website. Additional information that would go into that product feed would be a description, maybe if there's any shipping costs, shipping price, how much of that product is in stock. So you might want to list that as well. So that's something that would be continuously updated to those merchants. And I should say affiliates. So the merchant then would also create banners and buttons that they want to have placed on those affiliate websites. And so this gives them some control of exactly what the visitors to those affiliate websites will be seeing. Now, some things to keep in mind is that if you're the merchant, then you need to think about who's going to be keeping tabs on what is a successful campaign. Is the network going to be doing that for you and then giving you reports, or are you going to have to go and pull that information all the time? You also need to kind of keep in touch with your affiliates, because what happens if they're not placing the ad appropriately, or somehow the description or the price or something got messed up, and so you need to go out there and check and make sure it's being displayed properly. So if you're an affiliate, what sort of things do you need? So you need to keep track of the data as well, make sure that you're getting paid properly and that it's being recorded properly. If you want to keep up with your merchants, you need to kind of have a relationship with them as well. You can join forums. You can also keep tabs on industry leaders and see what's being done in that area. And so as an affiliate, you always need to be knowing what's going on in the market for people that do the similar type of work that you're doing, that is displaying ads for other merchants. So we're getting back to setting up a campaign again. And so again, have your strategic goals. That is, you should also have a clear idea of what your business does, what are going to be your key selling points, what is your goal to using the affiliate marketing, and how are you going to know if that's being successful or not. Decide whether you're going to run your own program, decide whether you're going to need to hire an affiliate manager to run your program, or will you outsource it to some other organization. And also ask yourself, do you have the resources to run that program yourself? And what I mean by that is, do you have the knowledge to run this, say, in-house? That is, within your organization? Or do you need to go and hire some organization that actually knows how to set all this up and do it for you, versus you taking time away from something else in your business and having to run this facet of the business? So as you're setting up this campaign, you also probably need to do a competitor analysis, see what they're doing, see if you can find out what's working for them, what isn't working for them. You need to have some kind of test software that does the tracking and make sure it's working properly. Will you have to go out and recruit your own affiliates, or can you join a network and work that way? And then you always have to have communication between you and your affiliates to make sure everything's working properly, and you're not just putting it on autopilot and hoping that it's working. You need to be checking on it all the time. And lastly, one of the key objectives of this particular chapter was look at the pros and cons of doing affiliate marketing. Pros is, this is a really good pay for performance marketing. If it's not working, then nobody's getting paid. You have a huge branding potential, and it doesn't cost much in order to start using affiliates. if you're on the affiliate side, it doesn't cost much in order to start posting those ads for merchants. Now, on the flip side, the cons, that is, there's not going to be contracts between the affiliates and merchants, so it's more like a verbal agreement. And so if things don't go right, you have little recourse. And so again, that goes back, there's little industry regulation. And if you're a merchant, you may fear some loss of brand control because now somebody else has got your advertising information and is using that. Now, I think it's getting better, in terms of these contracts and being in that area where you're having your ad displayed somewhere else or you're displaying somebody's ad. So again, I would look at Google's AdWords and Google's AdSense to get a better feel for how that's currently taking place. And that ends this chapter.